I'm Fraser Hurst, and I play scrum half for the Utah Warriors.
So I first started playing rugby in Vancouver probably when I was 6 or 8. I got introduced through one of my dad's buddies. So I just started playing at a local club. I was actually way more into soccer at the day, but I kind of played a bit of both. And then I eventually was fortunate enough to go to a private school that kind of was dominant in rugby base, like kind of had a really strong rugby program. So I kind of got into that, and then eventually I had to choose between two sports, and I ended up choosing rugby, and I'm really glad that I did because I've been able to go way further, both like professionally and just I think the sport is amazing in that sense. And then so right after high school, I moved down to New Zealand to play rugby for 2 years there. So I was playing for a local club named Marist Albion. I was fortunate enough to be a part of some of the provincial stuff, so like the Canterbury teams. And then upon my return home, I got involved right away with like Rugby Canada under 20 programs, some men's ARC camps and tours. And then the main reason for coming home from New Zealand was actually to go to university, because that's always been a goal of mine, to get a degree. So I started playing for my university back down there. At the end of COVID last year, obviously, I'm sure as it ruined a lot of people's seasons or lives or whatever, my season kind of came to an abrupt end. And I mean, I was pretty disappointed because I was hopeful to kind of take my rugby career to the next level, but I was kind of obviously in a standpoint like, oh, do I kind of hang up the boots, quit, or take it to the next level? But obviously with COVID, it was kind of a huge question mark. But luckily, fortunate enough, the Utah Warriors reached out to me, and we kind of just started connecting, and they asked for kind of like a highlight video and a rugby CV, and next thing you know, they signed me for 2 years, and here we are. But yeah, no, I'm really looking forward to playing in front of the home crowd. I've heard kind of nothing but crazy things about the fan base here, just that they're super supportive, and actually Utah has quite a large rugby fan base. Whether they're into the sport or not, apparently they just love to come out and see a good physical game. So I'm excited to be able to play in front of them and hear the noise. Obviously, coming from smaller teams, you don't really get a big fan base out, so that's definitely really exciting for me. I'm looking forward to that. I'd probably have to say my dad would be my biggest supporter. I mean, he's also my hardest critic. I mean, I don't think I've ever heard him tell me I've had a good game, but at the same time, he's always been the one who's drive me to the practices, tournaments, games, kind of been supporting me financially and just emotionally throughout them, always pushing me to get better and work harder. And it's almost annoying because he's always like, even when I know I've had a good game, he's always like, come on, like you should have done that better, you could have done that better. But yeah, I'm very grateful for him in my life and always continuing to push me, because I think it's definitely turned me into a decent athlete, or yeah, achieve decent things or things that I can be proud of one day.
I'm Fraser Hurst, and I'm here for the nation.